Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I want to speak for a moment about some information I found out from the January 6th committee. Evidently, when Vice President Pence was being evacuated to some type of warehouse area, they were getting ready to take him out in a vehicle. He refused to leave, and I think his head of Secret Service security said to him, like, "What's wrong? You don't trust me?" And Pence said, based to the effect of, "You're not the one running this." And people that I've heard this from have said that was heroism. That was not heroism. What it brought home to me was that the Trump presidency, at least in the final days, was like some 2000, like some aughts movie, like Murder at 1600, Wesley Snipes. But there's like a murderer, and there's like all this corruption. Nobody knows who's the bad guy. Like that's what that was. It's a movie with uh, 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 Clint Eastwood, and I think it was Glenn Close. Was it Glenn Close? Another guy, and it was called Absolute Power. Look at it, check the movie out. Like that's what Trump's administration was really like. And I've talked before about how I don't believe Trump will have a legacy long term, and I don't even if Trump gets reelected, and it could happen. It could happen. Biden's messing up. Um, I just don't believe that. I think Trump has to start over from scratch. When you look at stuff Pence has come out with, stuff that William Barr has come out and he resigned. Other people, he had Sessions, he had a bunch of people that came out, Mattis, people that called him an idiot. They're not coming back. A friend of mine said they would. No, they're not. They're not. You don't because Trump wouldn't even accept him. First of all, a lot of these people, like Giuliani, they might if he doesn't go to jail. They'll come back. But see, this thing about it too. Trump's a psychopath. He's only gonna use you till he can't use you no more. And for a lot of those people, we're watching them be ruined. So even if Giuliani says, "Yeah, he screwed me out of money, it made me look stupid. I want to come back," well, his license have been suspended. So you're of no use to Trump now. And other people that Trump embarrassed, I don't know, come back. I think that people will use the Trump ideology. You see DeSantis doing the hand motions and stuff. You see all that. But as far as using him again, I think that his purpose to the GOP is done with. And I think that their purpose for him is done with. What I'm saying is the people that support Trump aren't really Republicans in my eyes. Like the people at January the 6th, they're not really Republicans. You know what I mean? It's like saying that I'm in Charlotte. I'm from Charlotte, so I automatically support the Carolina Panthers. No, yeah, I'm from the city. I'm familiar with the team where the stadium's at off Mint Street. Doesn't mean I'm supportive. Republican Party may say some things that people agree with here and there, but it doesn't mean for 1 second that they're down for the Republican Party. And that's important to remember. I think that it's not an act of heroism. Stop this moralistic stuff. Pence was aware of the times. And I think that he knew death was very close. See, the one thing I try to make with these videos is with all this cannibal pedophile stuff and all this Pizzagate, I think they know it's fake. It's like the red bashing, the red scare, the lavender scare of the gay people. It's all fake, and they know it. But it can garner votes and garner attention to get people in office to do what they want. It doesn't matter if it's factual. It draws attention. And that's why you have the attacks on gay people now, because they realize that they can't you can't use that anymore. I think it's important to understand and recognize that this shows you Pence understood he had been culpable in creating a monster. Him and Trump created a Frankenstein, and it existed with Palin. I'll give you that. It was just long before Obama, was elected. Of course, it was go back to the Tea Party. Um, but I think I think Michael Pence knew there was an or else that it's like the mob. It's like, they send you out to do something. A terrorist group send you out to do something, and if you don't accomplish it, don't come back. If you come back, they'll kill you. They'll make an example of you. And I think that's what Pence knew. That in that moment, he had failed Trump when Trump was telling him, don't mess up. That you're supposed to do the elective stuff. It's like Paulus in Stalingrad. Hitler made him a field marshal so he would not give up. He would not surrender. He was supposed to die in Stalingrad. The Russian, the what was it? The army. I just know his group was supposed to die, and they didn't. And that's what that was. That's that rage that how dare you countermand my orders. And it's amazing because all the time he was in office, Pence didn't really say or do anything to oppose Trump on really anything. Not that I can remember. It proves you cannot work with a sociopath, even if you agree with some things they say or do. Because the minute you go against them at the wrong moment, you disagree with them down the road, they'll kill you. Or they'll set things in motion to have you killed. And it won't mean anything. Behind something very simple and very minute, you will die. And I think Pence knew that, like I said, this was that moment you failed Trump. And so now your life doesn't mean a hill of beans. That Trump had a scorched earth philosophy in everything he did, and that this was that moment. This was that scorched earth moment of if I can't get the presidency, then damn it, if I can't rule the government no more, then damn it, there won't be a government. I'll take my toys and go home. I'll burn this place down. And that's what he did in my mind. That's what they did. Or tried their best to do so. Pence's objections to getting in the vehicle and, leaving with Secret Service. I thought about the Godfather. And, when the guy got in the car, he knew, and the dude was like, man, you're in trouble. He's like, can't you do something about it, Michael? And Michael's like, they were going to, he knew he was going to die. He got in the car and they strangled him. Dude put in, and that's almost what Pence probably was thinking about. It wasn't about heroism. It was a moment of realizing that I have created a monster, and now that monster has come from me. And I always make the point, Obama could have done the same thing. This is why I don't put a whole lot into this being correct and playing the political stuff. I don't do that because it doesn't mean anything anymore. To play by the rules, Republican politics and all, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Nothing at all. Pence was looking at getting in that vehicle like the dude in Godfather 2 was looking at getting in that car that I may ride off and never be seen again. And the fact that a vice president was in fear of his life from the secret, and listen, Trump from day one compromised different agencies in the federal government, compromised the courts, compromised the Supreme Court, compromised different agencies, law enforcement by his things he said. He did a lot of that, I think that the reality of that made this possible. When you do so much stuff to compromise those things, people don't have trust in them. It can backfire on you too, because people actually believe the vice president had the power and the abilities to literally not allow Joe Biden to become the next president, which was never the case. And because these bumpkins, these reactionary bigots, believed he had that kind of power, his life was in danger. So instead of you recognizing the three powers of government, recognizing your place in it, recognizing that you're only a piece on the chessboard for a period of time, and then one day you'll leave. No, you played up this king stuff. You played up this, we're protecting society, we're keeping the brown people down. You played it up, and if you believed it, and so now when you want to be lawful and ethical, see, that's the thing about it. They played up this, we're not racist, and having all this Christian stuff around, but everybody can see, and everybody can see then it was hate. The Muslim ban, Kung Flu. All this stuff it was just about just being nasty and vicious and backbiting and the idea we were untouchable. That's what it's about. So Pence made the right decision not getting in the vehicle. But it was not heroism. It was an act of self-preservation during a time of where chickens coming home to roost. January the 6th to me will always be the chickens coming home to roost. I want to be clear about that. No, I would not have been happy for anyone to die. I would not have been happy for anybody in the administration to die. But when you play with fire, play with matches, sometimes you get burned. And that's almost what happened to Michael Pence. Thanks for listening.